What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of High Ground. This is more comic book talk. We are in episode 2 of Zero Point, Batman Zero Point. And this is starting to heat up. We're starting to find out a lot more about how the island operates. Uh Obviously 3 is when it gets really good, but it's a lot in number 2 as well. So we're gonna dig into that right now. If you enjoy this, like and subscribe. We would highly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited for these.
Yeah,
Just rereading these again for these episodes,
yeah,
it's just made me appreciate it even that much more. And I can't believe you
for
guys haven't
sure,
read these yet. So
for
if you
sure.
haven't read them yet, please go and read it. I'm gonna say that every episode until you guys do that.
And also, we are 100%. We want y'all to read these comics, like Dylan just said. But if you are on the side of investing, we'll have content for comics for that as well. We're gonna dig all this comic info up, but please read the comics. Please read it. It's really
Please.
great. It connects everything. It's amazing. I think you would really enjoy it if you gave it a chance.
So just jumping right into it. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
cool that they can leave themselves messages.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, how else are you gonna escape the loop otherwise?
Right.
That's why most people don't. It's extremely
Mm-hmm.
difficult to escape the loop.
And I guess on there, before we go in depth of it, well no, I'll wait. I'll save that because that's a major thing. So I'll save that. So okay. Small point, light point. Batman and Ruckus got beef. They
Yeah, they
start off
seem
every time. They
well.
start off
I
every
think that's
time.
the comic thing. I think it's for them to show, hey, this has happened before.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder
Like
if it's not just 100 people either, because I know it's 100 people in the game,
right. But
but
how do
it
you
could just
think
be
it's yeah.
all the assets that they have,
Mm-hmm.
and I use that word assets. You'll find out later why
Yes.
in episode 3. Um, but yeah, I think they're just using that in the comic to show that, hey, he keeps having to fight the same people
Yep.
over and over again. Um, I do like that they showed the bat. So he built himself a base,
Yeah.
which means that he's been here for some time,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's I mean, 22 minutes each time,
Yeah.
but like he's working. I don't even know how he built that.
That first part, it kind of reminds you of you adapting to the game, understanding like you got to get this done, keep it moving, get to the circle. Like I like him understanding that just so he can get more information and kind of adapt easier.
The fact that that Batman can quickly like
Yeah.
realize, okay, this I wrote this.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to do this. He's just an intelligent character. Um,
Like this is the world's best detective right here. If anybody can do it, it's him.
and so like he says, trust the cat is a friend, and he
Yeah.
immediately sees Meow Skulls, and he goes,
Yeah.
no, that can't be him. It fits the
That
name,
can't.
but that's not him. No, it's her,
Yeah.
the chick in black latex. Yeah, I bet you rather that
I
be your
bet you
friend.
you got that pretty quick.
Yeah, I was like, okay. He's like, no, I'm gonna go with the other cat-looking lady instead.
And Catwoman has been she's been going through, like you said, she's slowly like losing her clothes. Like she's really been battling, and Bright
So
Bomber never seems to escape the heat.
I do want to point out that both, and this is true in the skins too, but Cuddle Team Leader and Bright Bomber both have the bracelets,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And
Mhm.
I've been wondering about these bracelets for a long time.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, they could have. I don't know if these are on the right arms, if it's always on the right, but the
Yeah.
fact that they're in here and they're so specific about that,
Mhm.
it even has a little toggle on it. I mean, that's pretty accurate, you know.
Yeah.
So
This is yeah.
I always wonder about that. I don't know if that means you're IO.
Right. Right.
One's
Or
IO.
could that be the ones that don't know they're like that don't know they're working for IO? Is it something like that? Or is
Hmm.
these the like the ones that's truly close to IO and understand they're working for the IO?
That's
Could
true
that
because you don't know if you're
yeah,
working for IO all the time.
yeah,
That's a very
yeah,
good point. But the thing I don't get, Cuddle Team Leader to wearing one, but then
yeah,
there's the robot that the Seven built, and it has a Cuddle
yeah,
Team logo on it.
yeah.
So it's really confusing. I hope we figure out more about that in the future. But just something to watch out is for the if you look on the screen there, if you just that little arm piece that you see,
Yeah, yeah,
because it's a recurring thing that we see all the time.
for sure.
Oh, I do like the part where Batman goes underwater.
Yeah,
He
about that
says
bit.
his theory is that the whole place is artificial,
Artificial. Yeah.
the whole island, right? Which we can get because we know from the game that the island is double sided.
Double sided. Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
strange, right? Artificial. It's interesting that they put that in there.
Yep.
That's not something to just like overlook.
Like, and I just love the memories reset, but maybe feelings hold, and then it's like she immediately attacks him, and it's just then she gets lit up.
Yeah, she dies too, which is crazy. And then like Batman just starts like rocking people.
But doesn't that make you? It makes you feel like when you're playing squads or you're playing duos, and it like your teammate goes down, and then it's like, all right, it is what it
Yeah.
is now. Like like so I really like that aspect of it.
Ooh, and I like this part. He says, "My catalog of the beings we've encountered has multiple examples of them killing each other, then
And
returning."
returning,
So like he's been keeping a catalog of all these
yeah.
people.
And then on the next page, you get
Oh
the
my gosh,
Savage herself.
Harley Quinn. And then I like how they incorporated the dance in here.
The dance, yes. Yep. So she's like thoroughly enjoying herself. Like this is her thing right now.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
this is
So
couldn't
here's
get
my
better for her.
so we know Harley Quinn can talk and all that kind of stuff. Do you still loop?
So what it seems like is that's a hard question. I was thinking that because like okay, so
I
she
don't
clearly
think
yeah.
so. I
Go
don't.
ahead.
My theory is they have some kind of device that prevents them from losing their voice and their memories. But I don't think it prevents them from looping necessarily.
Right. So
I think they
but
can leave the loop whenever they want.
after they win. So
I don't know.
once they win, so yeah, it'll get more in depth as we go. But once they win, once they survive, number one, they're out of the loop, right? But Harley Quinn, once we'll find out more, is she's clearly went back into the loop.
We'll find out later. We have to look closely at number 6
Yeah,
again, because
Yeah.
they come back in, right?
Right, and
So
that's what.
we'll have to
Yeah,
look closely at that. But it's interesting. I'm trying to understand how exactly it works. But we know that she knows why she's there.
but see, at this time though, I don't think she's talking.
Yeah, but that could just be her not responding because all they do is have one quick fight. Because he doesn't try to talk to her, he just shows her a sign and she punches him, headbutts him in the face, and kicks him to the storm.
Yeah, I definitely want to know more on that.
So the big piece here is Batman starts looking at the circles of the storm and trying to calculate where it lands.
Yeah.
And then they take a device that's easily breakable and they stick it right at the dead center. And then they know if they come back at the end of the next circle, if it's still there, the epicenter is safe, which is a super interesting theory. So basically what they're saying is that when each storm lasts 22 minutes, and at the very center of the storm, the storm doesn't reach there in the 22 minutes. So 22 minutes just outside that epicenter, it resets. So anything in the exact epicenter will not reset.
Oh man, I can't.
I don't know how they figured that out. I guess Batman's super smart, but that makes sense. So like, what is that? What's resetting the storm?
Right.
Or is that just like there's a countdown on the 0 point power, and it's super.
It's hard to it's a hard part to process.
But I get it.
'Cause-
It makes sense. I get where they're coming from. I just need to know more. I want to know what's controlling that reset loop.
yeah.
Yeah, so you see more of them fighting together, trying to get to the epicenter.
And then Batman decides to pretty much sacrifice himself between them two. You know, he goes into the storm that, you know, so he can understand more about how the storm and how the island works.
But
In which
he does notice that like the storm didn't kill him fast enough. So they were
Yeah.
there together, and he walked in the storm. The storm didn't kill him fast enough. And he saw some shimmering around her, but it didn't take her
Right.
because he was still alive. So the storm
Right.
did end up getting her.
Which is pretty much when your health is ticking down. So just like I can connect it to the game. When your health is ticking down, you're in the storm, but you're not dead yet. And that's pretty much what that's equivalent to.
So you have to be dead in the center without the storm already there,
But yeah.
and your person has to be eliminated, which is
A
really
lot.
strange because you literally have to know where the exact center is to be.
Yeah. So this has more, even though, so pretty much what it is like in the comics wise, like Dylan said, we don't know if this is exactly 100. It could be more, it could be less, whatever the case may be, right? It could be all the assets. But what makes it interesting is that this feels comic wise a lot more like Hunger Games style, right? Like it's more of a Hunger Games style than a Battle Royale style, which is technically the same thing. It's just the way that the assets move in the comics is very unique to that.
It's almost like everyone, like you said, Hunger Games styles. Everyone's fighting each other to be the
Yes.
one to escape, without knowing how to escape. Because
Yeah.
you can't just be the last man standing.
No, it's not. It's not just a battle royale. Last
You
man
have
standing.
to be the last man standing in a specific spot at the exact right time. Without,
pretty much-
without memories.
What is interesting is like that's the way the circle originally was. Remember how before it was a moving circle?
Oh yeah.
It was like the original circle. It was this is the circle, and you had to make it to that part of the circle. Obviously, it closed all the way in still, unlike this one. But yeah, it was more similar to that,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
All right. So if you guys haven't yet, read the comics.
Yeah.
I think that was the summary.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
far.
Yeah.
The next one's gonna be crazy because we learn more about the IO.
Yes.
We know that they're watching, so
Mm-hmm.
pay attention for episode number 3.
It's kicking up now. This is the turning point, and it's only getting better from here.
Exactly. All right, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. If you haven't read the
Yes.
comics, give them a comic. Share the love.
And also, if you read comics and if you like any other comics outside of Fortnite, let us know what you think specifically about this one when it comes to Fortnite breaking into the comic world. Just let us know what you think about that as well.
Yeah, do you think they're doing a good job? I do.
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.